Now, it's not that far of a walk, so I don't exactly mind doing it. But I do like all these powers. Cryonis is pretty good as well. You know, it helps lighten things up so you can see a little bit easier. But I feel like Stasis does it the best just because it'll illuminate certain items that are around, which I'm sure you've probably caught on. See, like up there, I know that there's, well, I thought there was stuff there. There's a rock there, like it illuminates, and it's just so much easier to navigate stuff when you can see like this. So hopefully you don't have a problem with this, because I'm probably going to be turning it off and on a lot. And it makes navigating certain areas a lot easier. There. I want to get those. I want to get as much food and supplies and stuff as I can. We may be ending today, but that doesn't mean I might not still just run around and hi. There you go. Get a little bit extra fluff of supplies while I'm still on the Great Plateau, because once I come down, well, no, it's not like I can't get back up. I can anytime I want to. All I gotta do is just warp. It's just, what do you call it? There's still certain things like I haven't found, and I have been kind of rushing because I've been trying to get this out of the way, so this way we can get to the fast forward part where I don't have to care how quickly I play through it, because I'm not having to do live commentary, and it doesn't matter, and it can be at 400%, and it'll still look fine. Now, Skyward Sword reference. This game is chock full of references. Chock full of them. It's also said fuck the timeline and threw it down a river. That's basically what spirit orbs are. Heart pieces or stamina. I'm going to max out all of my hearts first, and then I'll go to stamina, because I just prefer doing that. Especially this early in the game, where you're going to get the hell beat out of you. Wants me to climb and stuff, which, you know, that's where the stamina is only like a quarter, so it would be like a quarter, like, you know what a quarter of a circle is. It'd be like that much in addition. So it would take like 16 to get an extra circle around, which, you know, kind of doesn't exactly feel all the way worth it. As to where a heart is always worth it, and Link climbs up anything, whether it makes sense or not. Except for right now when he's stuck. If I could find any way to just climb, that would be fantastic. I just need to go up, Link. That's it. Just up. Without complications. And he keeps just falling the fuck down. Wait for it. We can make it. There. No problem. Now, where is friend?
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule. A kingdom which no longer exists. The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining. He appeared from deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the Guardians and the divine beasts, and turned them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight, bravely collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But But I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
Go on, here's the paraglider, just as I promised. With that, you should be able to safely fly off the cliffs to the surrounding area. And I think that's it. I've told you everything I can. Link, you must save Hyrule. Yeah, that's all I planned on doing for today. So, did you just pick it back up? I will bust you, Link. He did. Open the chest. So, my plans for now, that I've got this, hooray, which by the way, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. I'm just gonna call it a day for today, and then I'll make like another trip around and then show me picking up or anything important, which will probably just be like, I know of 2 Koroks, and that's about it. So that's it for today, but yeah, we'll do more Breath of the Wild, and the rest of Breath of the Wild's pretty much just gonna be fast forwarded. So hopefully that's okay with you guys. Aha! See, I recognized that I left this one behind, so I wanted to come back and get it. It's nothing of significance, but I figured it's worth showing off anyway. It's part of the DLC. It does nothing for you, but it's there. Alright, yep, this is the other thing I wanted to spot. Go ahead and show you right where I am on the map. I don't need to zoom out that far. This was what I was looking for as well, because I think of this as the place where I first ran into the first Korok I found. It wasn't actually jumping through the thing, it was this. Which, by the way, that is confirmed to be poop. Every Korok seed is poop. But I wanted to go ahead, look around here. These were the main 2 things. I just wanted to get stuff in this area. Get off that tree, Link. Get off that fucking tree, Link. Now you can't climb it anymore. Now, I'll go ahead and be honest with you guys. How this series is going to turn out, I'm not sure. And I say that just because it's been months since I last did this. And I've thought about it, and I've realized that the odds of this entire thing coming through without any glitches from Elgato is probably slim to none. So I can only hope for the best. I don't think I've got any U yet, do I? Nope. Alright, those are kind of annoying to get. I don't really particularly like them. Another tip is you can go ahead and shoot them down with the arrows. But I did want to check out this house, grab stuff before we left. I like the stamella shrooms quite a bit. Anything stamina is really good. And I want to say here is also where it teaches you some things. I just gotta get used to these controls again. We can get rid of you. Pitchfork's basically the same thing. Plus, who knows how long the axe I have is gonna last. Yeah, that's the other thing. I kind of wanted that. That's also immensely helpful and would have been great for when I was trying to explore earlier. And I want to say in here is also a diary where he can teach you recipes. That was not it at all, but that was interesting to read, I guess. The only other thing I really want to do, which I've realized I'm probably not going to show this all the time, is go ahead and cook some stuff, but I don't have any fire. Or, I'm trying to think, because I think there was a fire way down there, which also, by the way, I've learned, if you carry a torch or anything that's on fire, it does not burn out. You can carry it forever. But basically, I just want to find... You know what? I never did mark this spot on the map, because I like to mark the cooking spots. Yeah, I just want to come back, cook some stuff. I'm not going to show you every single time I get an item, because I do feel like that's incredibly unnecessary. I don't know why it does that. I guess it marks it as, hey, you got this, in which case, hey, I don't care. Because, for instance, I did get some more stuff, some more key swing, Bacabble and stuff, that just kind of comes from fighting things. I'm going to try and balance between showing you me running around and also balance between me cutting things. But yeah, I'm going to go find some fire. Alright, so I couldn't actually end up finding fire. I remember coming across it, but then when I ended up looking for it, it wasn't there anymore. So I just looked at the map, found this warp point, went for it. Empty camp. I decided to show myself doing all this stuff anyway, just because I'm picking up apples and arrows and shit. But for the most part, it's just me cooking stuff, which... I do say in a second that, like, it depends on how much you do. So it seems like a stamella shroom always does a certain amount. That was a lucky cook. But 3's always going to give that, 2's always going to give this. It also balances out with the health. And then for each apple or Hylian mushroom, that also correlates with 1 ingredient equals 1 heart. So there's a easy way to do that. That's basically how it works with all of them. Even if you did 1 apple and 1 acorn, it'd still probably total to about 2 hearts. Alright, here we are at the edge of the map, and it's about time we go ahead and descend down. Here's what I went ahead and I made up. Really, don't overdo it. Basically, each heart is each item, so that was 3 out here. Isn't there a way to... ingredients? No. Yeah. 3 apples. 2 apples. Like, it's not hard. And these were the stamella shrooms I went ahead and cooked up. That was 4 stamella shrooms. The more of a certain type of thing you use, for instance, like, I don't really have too many, like spicy peppers. If you use a bunch of spicy peppers, that increases the effect it has on cold resistance. If you use 1 spicy pepper and a bunch of apples, then it will just focus more on healing. So try and stock up on the effectiveness items opposed to just the health ones, unless health is what you particularly want. Just thought I should specify that one as well. So this is what we're going to go into it with. I personally like walking on foot because I like the idea of exploring and making sure I don't miss anything. The one thing I've learned is that I like to explore. I should fast forward now. Okay, let's try re-recording this again. I tried commentating him, and then I figured it was a bit dumb because it's just one guy. It doesn't matter if he's a new guy or not. They're all about the same. They all do basically the same thing. Although, admittedly, when you first see him and he's twatting the shit out of you, it's actually very intimidating. And you realize how dangerous the world around you is, which is a huge first impression that it leaves on you. It's quite nice. Some of the commentary might be short just a little bit because I'm trying not to talk too much. And it can go back to live when it needs to, by the way. Alright, well, I guess we can dive into a first point of interest as well. You see how good we are at keeping our word, right? It's only been a few minutes, and here we are fighting a whole bunch of dudes. Quickly knock them out. Take that, I guess. What do we have? Use this. Take that. That'll work. See, my problem is I'm overly confident in my abilities. But at the same time, I'm taking heads right off. I like to fight everyone because I like to take their stuff, their body parts, things like that. That is infinitely useful. I do not shy away from grabbing stuff. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but there are stealth-based attacks on which you can sneak behind people. It's usually more helpful for when they're sleeping. You can take advantage of that, but that guy was an idiot. Alright, so I've also decided that there's no point showing me raiding the camp after I've beaten them all up. You're just going to see it. It'll be a lot quicker to do it this way. There's this little jump cut, so unfortunately we don't get to see what's actually inside the chest. I don't even remember myself. The Elgato decided to crash. I was keeping an eye on it, trying to make sure it was going to turn out. So yes, it didn't work. I figured out a way to do backup saves since I've got like a little 32 USB. So I've been doing that just to make absolutely sure that this can be possible. I've also decided to reach out to Elgato themselves, since they've been ignoring me for years, and be like, hey, fix your guys' shit, what the hell is going on? Because I'm getting really tired of this. But I caught it in the act, so I mean, I was at least able to stop myself from wasting hours of my life, and instead I only wasted about 30 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna be really awkward getting used to post commentary, that's for damn sure. Holy crap. Alright, we stumbled into an unexpected situation. So I guess we're just gonna have to work through it. Oh, I got that. Which, yes, you can beat people with a mop in this game, and I think it's absolutely hilarious because it's very, very Jackie Chan. Quickly take the mop. No. Hit the guy. Hit his head. Wow, it took a lot of time and effort to do everything I wanted to do. Another thing in regards to the whole post commentary, in my audio, for some reason, it's a little bit stronger in the left channel than the right channel. I don't know what it was that happened to this headset that suddenly decided the left side is better. I know a lot of people don't typically use headphones anyway, but if it seems a little bit off, that's why. It will not let me downgrade it to mono. So unfortunately it's going to be like that, and I do apologize. When I've been recording with Audacity, I've been setting it to mono to compensate for it. Okay, that took a little bit longer than I anticipated, but yeah, as stated, recording failure, so I at least have a generalized idea where a couple are, and see if I can get them along the way, and this happened to be one of the easier, more obvious ones to tackle on your way to. Okay. Now I remember overthinking this one because I didn't think it would be as simple as it is, but it really is just jump and fly. Like, I just figured they wouldn't have incorporated a mechanic like that. And that's even a thing I remember thinking as a kid sometimes with Ocarina of Time, where it's like, I didn't think they would have thought to make this happen in a video game. Like, you don't think to try something because you figured it just wouldn't work in the game, and that was kind of how I felt about this at first. But no, they went for it. Anyway, this is super simple. Because I haven't... Oh, shit. Well, there I go. Because I haven't set it yet, I cannot guarantee I will get every single treasure in there. If I find it, I find it. If not, I won't. Now, I know this one is a really weird running jump. And then try and glide across. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't, but just try and run, time it, and then hopefully you should be good. That's actually really good timing. Because you'd think it'd be like something else, like maybe a wind would push you, because if you try and just jump and glide, you're just shy and you can't climb in anything in here. But no, it's just it's a running jump, which is a really awkward thing to even try and implement, let alone say about a Zelda game. Also, real quick, while things are still in normal speed, upon starting the game up, it... Is this right? Yeah. It gave me all of this. I was wondering how they were going to implement it. Pretty much the second you touch Hyrule and reload the game, it gives you this. Some of it we can get now. I know a lot of it is located up here in central Hyrule, which is very, very dangerous. So I want to try, but I'm going to want to wait until we at least end up here in Kakariko first, and then we'll deal with it. Some of it is located in Hyrule Castle, like I think it's this. You can find... I'm not going to do Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I don't even like Xenoblade. I don't care. That I'm going to skip, probably. But a lot of this stuff I'm probably going to give it a shot anyway, just to see how it... give it a shot, because I know it's all good. It just might take a minute. Where is it? This is the most important thing that I need to get out of all of them. And then there was something else I wanted to get. What was it? There's a character we need to find, so if I can't find it, I'm going to backtrack and look for it. But anyways, fast forward. Alright, I lied. There is one thing that's actually kind of fun here that I want to show off. I'm not about to read all the dialogue because it's a lot of dialogue. But this, I find, is one of the most entertaining characters. Just because it completely caught me off guard what can happen. Yeah, he just goes on a little bit, but ooh, what is that? Wait a minute, think about what you're doing! I'm young, but you're even younger. I'm trying my best out here, but I get the feeling you're going to end up trying even harder in this world. That's the feeling I get when I look at your face. Maybe I'm nuts. You're fine, just don't be careless. There are too many enjoyable things in the world to gamble with your life. I just like the idea that he thinks you're going to kill yourself, because that's just really funny to me. Not in, like, that kind of way, but, like, I was just thinking, hey, I'm going to jump over here and grab this thing, but the game kind of, like, takes it to this unexpected route that's just a really funny thing and not something you expect to come out of it. Now, since it's night time, I'm going to try and see if I can stealth kill these guys, but still, back to fast forward. Well,